Just like previous seasons, LeZarts dedicates a segment to public art and murals. Each week, we will meet Mélanie Renaud, tour guide specialized in public art. Follow me. Mélanie, welcome to LeZarts. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. We're at the corner of Robin and Rodarigan, and of course we can't help but notice this beautiful mural, which you're going to tell us so much more about. How about we start from the artist herself?
Yes, of course. This is a beautiful wall that was painted last year in 2021 by Danaé Brissonnet, who is an artist from St. Beatrix in La Naudière region. She's a very talented artist. She started as a puppeteer. She's been doing murals for about 10 years now, which she started by doing workshop with kids during her travels. Her idea is to bring art where it's not accessible, where we don't find it on a daily basis everywhere. So to connect people with the art world more and more.
And as she's connecting this art with the world, of course there's a message behind this particular mural.
Yes, for sure. There's a huge message here. It's called duodenum, which is basically the name of the beginning of the small intestine in our body. So there's a bit of a theme of digestion in this mural, and about like the process of, you know, going through emotions. There's a big tube, so it's like the tube of emotions that we go through, especially in the past few years. There's been a lot of emotion that has been driving us to take different decisions and things like that. So it's something that she noticed through her friends, you know, like lots of emotions and lots of different ways to dealing with it. So it's one of the things that she wanted to portray here on her wall through this painting. Also the idea of reconnecting with your inner child and letting creativity direct your life a bit more, so giving more chance to art and the creative world to influence your day-to-day life.
You mentioned the word child, and I couldn't help myself but notice at the bottom of the artwork, it looks different than the top part, as if it was actually put together by children.
It is, exactly. Danaé did workshops with different kids during the time that she was painting the wall. So about 50 kids from the neighborhood joined Danaé and painted the bottom part, which she painted in between to make it look proper. But yeah, basically about 50 kids participated at the bottom portion of the wall, which is very inspiring as well, and giving them the chance, the kids, to see how the art world works and feeling like it's their own wall because they participated in it, you know.
Building community.
Exactly, 100%.
How long has this particular work been on this wall?
Well, it's been there for a year. It was finished in July 2021, and it took her about 12 days to paint, which is quite efficient. All done with brush, so paint brushes, and she did a really good job. She worked really hard on this wall. Long hour days of 12 days, definitely.
I'm glad you mentioned it because it was going to be one of my next questions. I mean, we see these beautiful works of art all over Montreal, and one of the questions is always how long and what is the process for something like this to get to completion?
Yeah.
I mean, there must be a whole process, and I'm guessing every artist has its own approach and its own techniques.
Totally. Danaé, she works in a very instinctive way, very natural. Like she'll even do some improv while she's painting. She doesn't necessarily know exactly what she's doing from the start. She has a good idea, and often her ideas for her walls comes from her dreams. So sometimes she has vision in her dreams, and then she portrays them on wall. Here there's the whole theme that she wanted to talk about as well. On top of the whole digestion, was the brotherhood and sisterhood, because the street here has been renamed a few years ago that again, which means brothers and sisters in Mohawk. It's part of the reconciliation efforts of the city. So changing the name from Hammers, who didn't have a really good reputation, to a name that embraces a bit more the culture and everybody that was and has been here for many years. So this theme of brotherhood, sisterhood is also portrayed here in this wall. So many different themes, and she started this wall with all her, the design was all in gray tones, and then she added all the colors over and over again. and creating many more details here and there. So it's very impressive work to see.
It gives a sense of diversity also. That's excellent. Thank you very much, Mélanie. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. Thank you.